I mean, let's see, the height of this building. How high is your ceiling here, man? Travis, how high is your ceiling? Because you're talking about a little bit higher than that. Meaning, if you get up there, man, there's no way to get down. Okay. And it's going to be a beautiful wall because someday they'll name it after me, and I want it to be beautiful. It's true. It's true. And it's going to work. And we're going to have people come in. We're going to have a big door, and we're going to have people come in, but they're going to come in legally. They're coming in legally. And we're going to bring our country back. You know, it's really having a huge impact. And, you know, one of the people that I've gotten to know so many people, students and professors and college heads, because, you know, the student debt's a huge problem. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on everything. We got to work on everything. I mean, there's nothing we can't work on. There's nothing in this country. You know, I said last night, I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be the enemy and have one of those suckers coming at me. We just don't know how to use it. The whole thing is like different. But one of the people that I've gotten to know, who's one of the great, great people, the illegal immigration has caused tremendous crime, has caused tremendous death. It's caused economic hurt, as you know, because a lot of jobs are being taken and our citizens don't get those jobs. And again, we're going to have people come in. And we're going to have, if there are some areas like the grape areas, I know a lot of the folks up there, and they say if we can't get, we'll do some visa program where we get people up. We're not going to hurt industry. We don't want to hurt business or anything. So we'll get the people in. If our people don't want to take the jobs, and I understand that. You know, there's people that don't want certain jobs, and I get it. But we're going to get the people in. We're going to make this country so dynamic. My tax plan, I'm cutting the hell out of taxes for the middle class and for businesses. Corporations are going to bring the trillions of dollars that are outside of the country. They're going to bring it in. They're going to use it here. But one of the people I got to know, and he's a friend of mine, and he had a horrible thing happen. His son, Jamiel Shaw, you may have seen him. He's just been amazing. And whenever he's around, I say, do me a favor, say a few words. He'll explain what happened with an illegal immigrant who killed his son viciously and violently. And he's become a friend of mine, and he's a great guy, and he's here with us, and let me bring him up. Jamiel, come on up. Say a few words. Jamiel.
Hello, everybody. I'll get right to the point. March the 2nd, 2008, my son was shot dead in the street like a dog by an illegal alien gangbanger, 18th Street gangbanger. He was on his third gun charge. Now, we hear all these people talking about banning guns, but you have a legal alien on his third gun charge, never been deported. He was released. He was in jail for assault with a deadly weapon, battery on a peace officer, and resisting arrest. Okay, they only gave him 8 months in the county jail for that. And then they let him out 4 months early. The day he got out, they were, according to the Sheriff Baca in L.A. County, he said that the Latino gang members, the illegal alien gangs, Latino gang members, the shot callers ordered them out in the streets the same day they get out because they don't want them to be rehabilitated. So the same day he got out, he was told to go in my neighborhood, and he was looking for blacks to kill. Me and my son went to a football training in Pasadena, and he was getting recruited from Stanford, Rutgers, West Virginia, Texas. I mean, it was really a beautiful thing, you know. I mean, we did 17 years of hardcore practicing, trying to get a scholarship, and we were there. We had it. We had it. And that day we came home from the training. He asked me to go to the mall, like all our kids do. They want to go to the mall, hang out with their friends. I didn't want to let him go, but I let him go only because the day before, he asked me to go to a party. Of course, I said no. And I said, you know why, right? He said, I know, Dad, I might get shot. And he was like, man, Dad, you tripping. It doesn't happen like that. Next day, you know. So on the way home from the mall, I called him, where are you? Oh, I'm right around the corner, Dad. Be there in a couple minutes. You know, about a minute later, I heard 2 gunshots, really loud. So I knew it was outside from my house. I called his phone to see where he was, didn't answer it. Man, I knew he was shot. I remember asking God, please don't let him be dead, you know. I walked outside, looked down the street, there he was, laying in the street dead. He, the legal alien, excuse me, the legal alien was shot him in the stomach. One of the neighbors saw him walking down the street, and she said that the guy came from behind a parked car. Well, let me go back a second, too. They were in my neighborhood looking for money. The girl that they was driving was a girl driving the car. I never even knew him. She met him while he was in the jail. He gets out. She picks him up, him and one of his friends. They're looking for money. One of the guys said, well, I know a guy who owed me some money. That was my next-door neighbor. That's why they were on my street. As they were coming to my neighborhood, they saw my son walking down the street, and they told the girl to pull over, pull over. They wanted to kill him right there, you know, because he had on a Spider-Man backpack. You know, that's what they saw. And she said, no, I'm not going to do that. She kept going, parked right in front of my house. Now, they didn't know that's where he was coming. So he went to the neighbor's house, knocked on his door, and on the way back to his car, saw my son coming. He went to put a hood over his head, ran down the street. One of the neighbors said that he pulled the gun out and shot him in the stomach while he was laying on the ground, according to the coroner, with a .45 in his stomach. You can imagine. 17-year-old kid with a .45 blast in his stomach. That's bad. He was laying on his back, the coroner said, with his hands up, and the guy shot him through his hand into his head and killed him. It was vicious. I heard the gunshots. Of course, I ran outside, and I couldn't believe it. Even today, I couldn't believe it. I remember telling him, man, I told you, people are crazy out there. I had just told him the day before. And, you know, our kids don't believe that, you know. And that's why we need Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is going to make it safe again, you know. Donald Trump is going to make it safe for your kids. My son is dead. I can't fix that. I wish I could. But I have another son, 17 years old. He was 8 at the time. Now he's 17. I saw him the other day, man, you know you're older than your brother now, you know, and it's really sad. And Trump is the only person that reached out to me out of all the politicians, all the black politicians in L.A. Nobody cares. It's all about illegal aliens. That's all they care about. They don't care about us as Americans. Trump wants to make America first, okay? We need that. Our kids, all of our kids deserve to grow up. This is our time to live on the earth. Why do we have to be under this oppression from illegal aliens, and they're getting the American dream, and we're getting the American nightmare? You know, it's not fair, and the only way we can fix it is with Donald Trump. I don't see no other way. If it was there, it would have happened. Before Trump, there was nothing going on. Now that he's here, they're scared, and we have to make sure it happens because it's going to protect all of us and make us safe. And we got to stand with Trump, and you have to trust him the way I do because I believe that he was sent from God. Thank you.
He's amazing. He's amazing. His son, so many colleges wanted his son. He was a good student and he was a great football player. And Jamiel broke his hand hitting it on the concrete. He was so upset. And so, you know, you can imagine. He was just a very amazing guy and with an amazing family. He brought some of the members of his family over, his sister and his mother. And it's just, we gave him a ride in that plane. I said, have you ridden in one like that? He said, not yet. But I said, you can ride in it whenever you want. But he is a special man, believe me. We got to take care of our people. We got to take care of our people.